Hannah Oli Pop Rock Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Rock Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hits från Sverige och vi lyssnar till Pop Rock Radio med Jamie Roxx.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is the Pop Roxx Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, pop art painter Jamie Roxx, and this is the big show. You found it. I'm glad you did. Out of the thousands and thousands and gazillions podcasts out there, you chose to watch and listen to ours, and I greatly appreciate it, as do our, advertisers and whatnot. Very, very cool. I'm very excited. We have, I've become very good friends with this band because, oh my gosh, we've had so much drama, not with the band. Any venues out there, these guys are great. They're fantastic, professional, show up. Everything's wonderful. The podcast host in this case is the one who everything kept screwing up on him, man. Oh, it was terrible. So we've got to know each other and whatnot, and we've been messing with this since October? Here it is, so, December. Yeah. And it hasn't been like we've just been screwing off, folks. We've tried to do this several times, and third time's a charm, or is it the 33rd time? I can't really remember. But we're gonna make it. We're cooking with grease tonight, and feeling excited. Anyway, the name of the band is Scarlet Rain. They're out of Utah, but they play all over, and they are fantastic. Fantastic. There's their logo right there on the coffee cup, and behind Carrie, fun fact, is an awesome painting. That's a cover of their new album as well. Check that out. We've got artwork all around, man. It is fantastic tonight. I'm telling you, that's a great painting, Carrie. That a lot of detail in that. A lot of detail. That's the stuff us painters charge extra for.
Yeah, we work. There's a friend of ours that has been painting all of our album covers. His name is Jacob Briner. He's out of Colorado. And actually, the canvas that Derek is sitting in front of, that's just a printed canvas of our first album. And then Jason is sitting in front of our second album, Mirai. And then this is our third one, Bad Monkeys.
Look at that. And of course, AJ, is just...
I like your blinds, AJ.
I just got the kitchen, man. I just got the kitchen.
That's the most important room of the house, man. Are you, my wife's always in the bathroom. That's her thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. We have...
You could at least go grab the sign from downstairs.
That's a lot of work.
It's crazy. My wife used to manage I can't say the name of the store, but it's a chain makeup store. It's in every mall everywhere. Think orange, ladies. Think orange. And she got it. She's really into makeup. We probably have in our bathroom. There are shelves and you feel like you're in a store. It's probably $20,000 worth of product. That's what she calls it. Well, the product I got product over here, but I cleared this out, and I'm like, she has this big room full of this stuff. My bathroom experience is I have a little space on a shelf about this big, that big.
I can relate to that.
I'm not complaining. My wife looks good, and apparently it takes a lot of stuff for that to happen. I'm kidding, but she's always in there doing something, man. There's potions and stuff going on.
It's the curse of being a woman. That's what that's called.
I'm just saying, an observation. When it's late at night, or when I go to bed, usually not that late. I'm an old man. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. Good night. And I go into the bedroom, go to bed. It's pretty cut and dry, There's not a lot of stuff that happens there. My head, pillow, boom. Easy, When my wife goes to bed, she goes, okay, I'm getting ready to go to bed. She goes into the bathroom, and I know that it's going to be 25 minutes of face. I don't wash my face before I go to. I don't even brush my teeth before. I brush my teeth when I get up. Um, I'm not doing it before, but you know, I'm a guy. What do I, you know?
I'm always jealous of that same thing because Derek pretty much just walks in, brushes his teeth, and goes to bed. And yeah, I'm in there 20 minutes later, still slapping on some kind of face cream or
Something.
collagen booster, or a line
What?
Hmm?
or
What?
just something or another.
What is
It's
collagen booster? I need to know what this is.
it. Oh, I can get you some, AJ.
All right, all right.
I'll be
Well, it
I'll
works.
be at the set
Be
store
good
that
for
we're
your
not
cheeks.
mentioning. I'll
Yeah,
be
there
there tomorrow. I'll pick you up some.
All right, sweet.
you go. There you go. Um, yeah, it's she's into that stuff, man. She's that stuff's expensive too. I don't know. But hey, I remember she's actually also an esthetician, and when we first got together, I remember she freaked out. I freaked her out. So I did wash my face. We were going. I'm like, let me wash my face. Been working. I got paint on it. Let me get that off. So went in I grabbed a bar. So I did it at the kitchen sink, and I used to. Why buy a bunch of different kinds of soap? Lava soap will take anything off, and so that's what I used to use. That green. I don't know. It's made out of sand and lava rocks or something like that.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're washing your face with lava soap. What the hell's wrong with you?" And I'm like,
Dude, that's exfoliating.
"Yeah,
And
it's
clean. You
yeah.
you know it's clean.
If
You
it
gotta get the paint, you
if
gotta
you're
get all the
doing
paint
something
out of your pores.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
your skin is tingling underneath it and maybe bleeding a little bit, it's clean.
That's how you know it's working. Is it's bleeding after.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The first thing she did was buy me soap. Well, I got you this kind of all different kinds of soap. Like, I'm not keeping track of this. Anyway, the band, everybody, who cares about me and my wife? The band is Scarlet Rain. These guys are phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. And they kind of do this as a little bit of a hobby. They spend an hour or two a month doing. No, I'm kidding, folks. I'm kidding. If you're an up and coming in a band or something, you really need to check out their YouTube page and all their social media and whatnot. But you get a little YouTube, especially, will give you a little because they do shorts or reel. I don't know what they're called on YouTube. Short form
Shorts.
videos. Yeah, shorts.
Just released a new music video on YouTube as well.
Yeah. The
Brand
new
new,
Bad
2 weeks
Monkey.
ago.
Bad
And
monkeys.
but it gives a behind the scenes that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And yeah, that Bad Monkeys video, what a video, man. That is cool as hell. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys now, in the video, Carrie's pretty. You know who Carrie is in this music video because she's got that cool hat on. No, but what I wanted to ask in the video, there's some, and we're gonna play it here in a minute. There's some Bad Monkey. Was that you guys with like the monkey heads on, or was
Yeah.
that a professional
Yours truly.
actors?
Yep.
Oh,
Cheap labor.
That was my
Yep.
everyday. I wear
In
that
the
every day.
middle of
So.
summer, just sweating,
Yeah.
no,
complaining.
Yeah, it
We
was
did it for you
excruciatingly
guys.
hot. It was so hot.
So hot.
well, no, and you're all in leather and get up and everything, Kara. I mean, yeah, oh man, it must have been as hot as the guys in the monkey outfits. Did you guys keep the heads?
I've,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I've got one right next to me.
Yeah. My dog ate mine,
Oh,
so it
well,
didn't last very long. Same night.
you
same
bring a
night?
monkey head into the
Same
house,
night. Yeah.
you can't be surprised. It's like, what the hell is this? It's gotta go. It's gotta go. It's freaking me out.
This is intimidating.
Exactly. I know it's early in the show, folks, but let's play that video so we know just, I don't want to just keep saying how good the band is, and you guys are like, yeah, prove it, Jane. Well, I'm going to prove it to you because or do we want to play it later? It doesn't matter to me that we're
Go
talking
ahead.
about it. You know,
Yeah,
Play it.
like,
Yeah.
Let's
Play
play
it.
it.
such a good. And folks, I'm just keeping a note here for our crack editing team, which is me. So I know the order of the songs we're playing and whatnot. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. This is Bad Monkeys.
Rooted in what fading, buried alive, caught up in the breaking. Where do we hide? Shoulder insanity, heavy the load. Humanity's breath, given soul. Truth to find a seeker. There's nobody home. Wheels are spinning, redirecting, complicated. For truth, I'm still waiting. Maybe the next time we'll get all the lies. Maybe the next time the silence surprise. We carry the madness, suffer the crime. Maybe the next time, maybe the next time. Silence of a path, bury the road. Truth of find a seeker, there's nobody home. Open eyes, no consequence. Drink your poison, make me sick. Truth is but a shadow, buried and gone. Wheels are spinning, redirecting, complicated. For truth, I'm still waiting. Maybe the next time we'll get all the lies. Maybe the next time the silence surprise. We carry the madness, suffer the crime. Maybe the next time, maybe the next time, maybe the next time. Silence of a path, bury the road. Truth to find a seeker, there's nobody home. Nobody home. Nobody home. Nobody home. Maybe the next time we'll get all the lies. Maybe the next time the silence surprise. We carry the madness, suffer the crime. Maybe the next time, maybe the next time, maybe the next time.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? What a video. Did I lie? Did I lie? I did not. I did not. It's a fantastic video. I think when we first, as I mentioned, we've tried to do this a couple times. You guys hadn't had the video out yet. This just came out, right? You were saying, Jason, a couple weeks ago?
Two
Just
weeks
dropped?
ago to the day it came out,
Oh,
and you should go watch it again.
on repeat.
I know
Just
you
keep
want
it.
to.
You know, folks, if you're using a PC, just right click on that video, and then there's a little thing right at the top of the menu that comes that says loop, and
Yeah.
just do that. If you're going out of the house or you're going to work or something, and you're going on vacation or something, for the holiday vacation, maybe just have that loop playing. Keep that going.
That's a great idea. Do that. Yes.
Absolutely.
Take that link, share it on all your social media, send it to your family, send it to your friends, play it for your dogs, cats, camels, everybody.
Monkeys?
Absolutely.
Monkeys?
Now, you guys, it's available too, right? It's on Spotify and all that streaming.
It is, yeah.
People can buy it. And I will say this, everybody, the cool thing about these streaming sites that I don't think enough people take advantage of, well, first, a couple things. First off, if you dig something, put it on your playlist. That really helps out a lot. So, and you got to support these indie artists, as much as you can, because that's where cool stuff. I was in the car, and we listened to all kinds of stuff, and I don't want to slam my wife, but we were, listening to her Sirius station that she plays all the time in the car. And in an hour drive, I heard 4 Taylor Swift songs. And she doesn't always just listen to pop music. She's weird, man. She'll listen to, like, I don't know what her name is, Chapel, whatever it is. And then she goes immediately from that to Sleep Token. I'm like, that is the weirdest sweep ever in the history of man. What is wrong with you? That's what I like. But anyway, we were driving and I heard 4 Taylor Swift songs, like right in a row. And I'm like, wow, Taylor Swift's like killing it, man. She's did the giant tour, made all the billions of dollars, and she dropped 4 singles. That's different. My wife's like, what are you talking about, Mr. Music, Mr. Cool? What are you talking about? I'm like, we just heard all these. She goes, those were all different art. I'm like, well, they sound exactly the same. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need indie artists making good music that you haven't heard 87 times out of a machine. It's
right.
I
My favorite thing about getting added to a playlist is you can go look at the silly names that people name their playlist that you got added to. Yeah. So please add us.
You guys see it, right? You get a notification.
Nice. Yeah, we do. Yep.
Nice. Well, there you go, folks. There you go. Challenge accepted. Weird titled playlists.
Yeah, so I wanted to free say time coming up. About the video, that scene where we're walking down the steps, so it was 90 degrees that day. It was in the evening. And we didn't realize how hard it would be to walk downstairs when you can't see your feet. Sweating. Looking like cool.
Ed 209 in RoboCop. Trying to do it. That's not.
Yeah, it was terrifying walking down those steps. Like we had no idea if we were gonna be rolling down the steps and the next step we took. It was terrifying. And we had to do it like, I don't know, like it wasn't that too
3
crazy. It was like
4 or 5 times probably. So
yeah. It wasn't too terrible, but it was terrifying.
Yep.
Thankfully nobody took a spill.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you. When you're my age,
a couple times.
Yeah.
When you're my age,
out of your chest because it's like walking in, down the stairs in the dark and you can't see, and your heart's just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, you're doing the little feel with your feet, trying to feel the step and still walk and look cool. It's kind of.
I am telling you, I tripped the other day. This happened to me a couple months ago. I was in the shower and I slipped in the shower, didn't fall. I caught myself. I was like, whoa, did a karate move and caught myself,
Oh, shit.
And the entire left side of my body, apparently, I pulled every muscle going, and it took me like a week to get over that. It was the worst.
Something you don't know about yet, Jason. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's coming, Jason. It's coming. So,
yeah.
Me either. I've never experienced anything like that. So,
I was just thinking Derek was talking about going down the steps. I'm like, well, every fat guy and every woman that's ever had a kid's probably experienced, where you can't see where you're you're going necessarily. I'm telling you.
Yeah, true.
The weird thing is when you gain weight, like I was always pretty thin for the majority of my life. And then 2010, I had some medical stuff happen and I couldn't move around that much after. And that's when the weight gain came on. And I was telling, I think, yeah, well, my girlfriend at the time, my now wife, I was like, man, I keep bumping it. It's like I'm wearing an astronaut suit. I keep running into stuff. And she's like, yeah, because in your mind, for decades, you've navigated the world in a certain way, and now you are wearing an astronaut suit, a very squishy astronaut suit. So uh, get used to it, or you can start, going for walks every evening, eating celery. I'm like, oh, I guess I better get used to this then. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, that's cool, man. It's a cool video, and I've asked you guys, and I apologize. We've just done this a couple times. If I'm asking the same thing, do you guys come up with the concept of the video, or do you have a videographer that comes in with storyboards and pitches you different ideas and whatnot?
Carrie does that in her sleep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think in particular this idea for Bad Monkeys, it took me about a year and a half to figure out what I wanted to do exactly. So I kind of just come up with the basic concept of what I want the overall feeling of the video to be like, the scenes that we're going to shoot, and just some basic concepts for the video. And then we've worked with this gentleman down in Salt Lake County named Tyler. And so he's been awesome to come in. Like, I pretty much tell him just like the basic gist of the video, and he puts it all together. Like, he's just insanely talented. He's just so good at what he does. So he takes all my little pieces and glues them together and helps, come up with the end result. And he's just phenomenal. So
he's done a few videos for us as well.
Nice.
He did Keep It Quiet, which is
Mirai.
off the same album, and he did Mirai, which is off our last album.
Mm-hmm. And then he also did our very first music video, The Fall, which we recorded in a sugar beet factory up in Idaho. So
now, my parents, I went away to school in Boston. They moved. We lived down in Metro Detroit, but they wanted to get back to the country life, so they moved to mid-Michigan. And they're on the way driving to visit them, which I only did a few times, about every 6 months, because it was a 12-hour drive from Boston. But you had to go by these sugar beets. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've never experienced the wonderful aroma of processing sugar beets, oh my God, it's and I'm being sarcastic. It is horrible. It is the worst. It smells like boiling Guy gym socks. It's just, I can't even describe it. And I'm not exaggerating. If anything, I'm underselling it. It is bad, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys did a video inside one of these places? How did you?
It's been abandoned for years.
Yeah, I don't even
years.
I see. So the smell wasn't. I'm sure it was still lingering. Oh, really? Not at all.
No.
I mean, it smelled like Idaho, which smells like cattle and potatoes. But that's probably better than processing sugar beets. So.
Oh man, it was the worst. It was the worst. Almost
Go
put me on sugar.
Check out that music video, and you'll see what we mean. Like, there was these huge, gigantic holes, like all over the place. The thing is, like, maybe 40% standing at this point.
It was a little hazardous.
Yeah, hindsight, it wasn't the most safe. It wasn't the most safe thing we ever done as a band. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that sounds like home to me. Speaking of Detroit, don't send me emails every time I bag on Detroit, where I grew up. I get all these emails from people. They're like, Detroit's nice now. They've cleaned it up. It's changed. You'll never see a burning car. And I'm like, preferably not with people in it. Wasn't nice when I lived there. It was so bad. Matter of fact, people ask me all the time when they hear this, they're like, well, it was a lot of crime. There were gangs and stuff. And I'm like, in order for a gang to operate, you have to have a group of people that are going to work together to achieve a goal. It may be bank robbery, rape, mayhem, murder, whatever, but they're all going to get together to do that. Kind of like a metal band. Everybody's got their part to play, and we're going to achieve this. In Detroit,
like
when I lived there were no gangs. No gangs. What? Maybe a gang of two, because nobody could get along. They would just kill each other to form a group of people to do that. So no, there wasn't gangs, but I remember being a kid one time and somebody tried to rob a bank with a flamethrower they made at home. It was that kind of Mad Max world. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. Anyway, I could do a whole show about how crazy Detroit was. But apparently it's nice now. And folks, if you're planning a vacation, I can't bring myself to say it. Go to Utah. Utah's beautiful. You can elk hunt. It's beautiful vistas.
Ski. You can ski.
Yep.
Ski.
World's greatest.
Yeah, I'm telling you. The first time I went there, I don't know if it was Utah. I was driving from Denver to LA, and I went through a canyon. Did you ever see the movie Cars? You remember when they were driving, the two cars were, and there was these canyons and whatnot, and I was driving a Jeep, ladies and gentlemen, and I had the top off because it was hot. And it was these canyons just like that I was driving through, blaring a Roy Orbison cassette tape that I had bought at a Flying Circle or Circle J or whatever they're called, the giant truck stops. And it was bootleg. I remember it had some Vietnamese band on side B, and it was all Roy Orbison. I'm sure that wasn't licensed or anything, but it was $2 at the gas station, and so I got it. But I should have had a Scarlet. You guys weren't even around then. You guys weren't even a band then. Jason probably wasn't even born yet when that happened.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't remember cassettes, that's for sure.
Wow.
Oh, you missed out on so much
Mm-hmm.
from cassettes.
I'm telling you.
I don't think I missed out on much. I got high definition music at my fingertips all the time.
Yeah, Jason, it's the stores you missed, though. That's what you missed, is the music store. That was what was awesome about it.
True.
That's very true. There'd be somebody like me working in there that'd make you feel silly because you'd ask a question. Oh, you're listening to that, huh? And be very judgy. I mean, that was part of the whole experience. Nobody ever said, "Oh, and you're running a music store." Okay. But no, it was. The cool thing about you guys and all the modern acts is you guys have social media and all this, which I think's phenomenal. You talk to your fans. Your fans have access to you. When I was growing up, there was no information about band. You had to maybe read you'd read. I'm not even in the music business, and wasn't, especially then. I knew a lot of people that were in bands, but you'd get the guitar magazine and read about bands, or you'd read liner notes on the back of albums or CDs or whatever, and that's how you got the information. Today, you can ring up Derek on Facebook or Instagram or something, and he'll actually respond to you. There's access. Back in the day there wasn't.
Pretty wild. So much more accessible now. You just find a band you like and message them.
Yeah, absolutely. And buy all their stuff and listen to all their. That's the cool thing about Spotify. I mean, I know it sucks from the musicians. And people, don't get me wrong. I don't want to give away the big secret on streaming. Everybody's got Google. Let me just put it this way. If there was any other business, people would be in jail because the slice of pie the actual people that are creating the music get is, you'll be shocked and amazed if you Google that and find out how small that is.
Yeah.
why I tell people, go to shows. Go to shows. There's always, somebody cute running the merch table and whatnot. Buy your music from there. Yeah, there you go. It's Jason.
That's true.
When he's not on stage.
You're the drunk one, Jason. What do you mean?
Jason, let's do a little deep dive here. What is your preferred drink of or alcohol of choice? What are you a fan of, my young friend? Just beer?
Just beer.
Jägermeister.
Oh,
I don't drink liquor at all.
Don't do Jaeger. Jaeger will make you have stories that you don't want to have, And
Jaeger will make you have stories that you can't tell anybody because you don't fucking remember them.
Technically, let me put it this way, Jason. Technically, I have 2 ex-wives. The second one really doesn't count because I only knew her like 3 hours in Vegas, and a lot of Jägermeister was had.
Oh, no.
Everyone's had an affair with Jägermeister. Everyone has had an affair with Jägermeister.
Yeah, no liquor for me, just beer.
Oh, I'm telling you, I learned though. You can get a marriage annulled up to 30 days in the state of Nevada after because of idiots like me,
Because of Jägermeister.
Because of Jägermeister, yes. It's still $600, but anything in Vegas is costing you money. That's just how that goes. But
it's a win-win for Vegas. You pay the money, you buy the drinks, you make the bad choices, you pay for the bad choices, and then you pay to undo the bad choices.
Yeah. And then you leave and come back again and talk about something else, right?
Come back for some fucking reason. Who knows why, but you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
The worst bar I ever went to in Vegas was a place, it was downtown, it was off Fremont, called the Bunkhouse Saloon. 24-hour bar, that's typical for Vegas. But I was in there hanging out and talking to this blonde bartender, and I went up to use the restroom. I got up, used the restroom. I walk in there, and I come back, and I asked, her name was Denise, I remember. I think. It's been a long time. Anyway, doesn't matter. I asked her, I said, what's with the blue light in the bathroom? I've never seen such a thing. She goes, oh, we used to have a problem with drug addicts, getting high in the bathroom. And with the blue light, they can't find the vein, so they stopped going in there to do that.
Oh, my God.
She goes, it's a real pain if they OD because we have to close the bar down for like an hour and a half, and, we all lose money. And I'm like, where am I at? What kind? This sounds like a Detroit story. This is not good. This is not good.
Crazy. That's crazy.
So if you ever go into a bar bathroom, and there's a blue light instead of a regular light in there, leave, run.
Watch for needles.
Yeah.
Watch where you step or sit. Oh, no.
Crazy.
Get the hell out of there. Well, that's cool. I like the video, Carrie, and you come up with these. When I first heard Bad Monkeys, this is back in October. So the big election and all that hadn't happened yet. Mm-hmm. Bad Monkeys haunted my brain because it was just I don't know if it was that way for you guys out there, but here in South Florida, granted, I do live 20 minutes south of Mar-a-Lago. I mean, that's very true. I could throw a rock almost, it's just down the way. But it was hot and heavy here. Just every story, it was everywhere. And yeah, the just politicians and political stuff and stuff like that. And yeah, that was the soundtrack in my head. Phenomenal track. And now the election's over, all that settled down. The CEOs are all good, and everybody's making the world a better place. No, folks, it's never going to be that way. So Bad Monkeys is a good anthem to that because it kind of describes what's going on.
Yeah, we thought it very appropriate to release it when we did.
Oh,
kind of perfect timing that we finished it up and got it back at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, and it's weird because it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. The ball of confusion just keeps going around. What was it the other day that insurance guy got gunned down in New York? That's all they're talking about here. I'm like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, at least before the election, somebody would say something silly or stupid, and everybody could focus on that. This is like day 3 of, they're closing in, and today I was watching. Again, I'm an old man. I shouldn't even watch the news because I yell at it like I'm watching a sporting event or something. The newscaster's brilliant insight, our local newscaster today, they're like, well, we think that the guy who murdered this guy, shot him in the head or whatever, or wherever he shot him. Uh, I could probably have to cut that out. I forgot we're on YouTube. But the alleged perpetrator of the crime, there we go, may have held a grudge against this guy. I'm like, well, that's a brilliant insight. Did you have a focus group that came up with that? I mean,
Yeah,
He
you
may
don't
have been
say.
wearing 2 shoes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. The bank robber may have wanted money. We're not sure, but we'll bring that info. Come on, guys, work for you.
Mm-hmm.
We all work hard at what we do. If you're on the news, if you're a reporter, work a little bit. I want to see some backs bending. Let's see it sweat. Come on. Um, it's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. But hey, look at that! Is that a Stanley? One of those Stanley cups with the Scarlet Rain? You bought a 35. First off, the base cup they're like $30-$40, ladies. That is too much for a cup. If it has a
True.
Scarlet Rain logo on it, though, I can.
I did not buy this because I refused to pay $40, but somebody gave it to me and I put one of our stickers on it. Isn't it
It
nice?
looks like it's screen printed on there.
Yeah, looks
I
nice.
can't tell.
Yeah, I've got a 10-year sticker on the other side because I
Nice.
love 10 years. Me and Derek just went to their show a couple months ago and we got to meet the band and it was
How cool is
amazing.
that?
Yeah,
How
Yeah, it was
cool.
super cool. Yeah, I fangirled so hard. Like, I couldn't even talk to him. I was like
True.
ridiculous. I was very disappointed in myself. They even commented on it and they're like, you can talk to us. And I was like, no, I can't. And I didn't. I just stood there like an idiot the whole time. I was like, so embarrassing.
It's like Wayne and Garth meeting Alice Cooper. We're not
Yes,
worthy.
we're not worthy.
Yeah. Oh, I did that whole thing. It was just ridiculous. So, yeah.
That's okay. I get it, though. I get it.
Nobody wanted to go up front first. And
Mhm.
the way the room spun, we were at the back of the line, and then we became the front of the line. And I was like, Carrie, we're going. She was like,
ready.
no, but we did.
I
I
turned
hugged
around.
every one of them.
Yeah, I turned around to all the people behind us and I was like, you guys want to go first, right? Like somebody wants to go first. And
They all did the same thing.
they all backed up and I was like, well, fuck. I was not prepared. I was not ready. So yeah, I was just an idiot. So
Well,
it was
Great
still
guys.
awesome.
Great guys.
Yeah, it was still one of the highlights of my life. So
guys, that you guys have been playing a gig or something and somebody has felt the same way about you guys. That's pretty cool too.
That's
Somebody's trying to get a
crazy.
band together. Nobody can show up to rehearse. You know what I mean? There's, and they see you guys and they're like, holy shit, it can be done. It can work. It's amazing.
I had a guy give me his belt one time, like the
Wow.
belt he was wearing to hold his pants up. And it was like this really intricate, like intricate beaded, like front of the belt was like all fancy, like the Indian beading that they do. It was gorgeous. And he just like gives me his belt. And I'm like, thanks, man. That's so cool that you want to do that. But I feel like you should probably keep your belt. But he just adamantly refused. Like I tried to give it to him back to him like 4 times. And he just kept giving it back. And I was like, all right, I'll keep your belt. Like I still have it. It's still hanging up in my closet. So I've never worn it because it's way too big, but
I'm telling you,
belt. I get the memory back. And
the outfit you were wearing in the Bad Monkeys video that we all saw there. Derek, you got to see that and go, yes, dear, I will clean the house. I will buy you a car. Whatever you want, I'm on it. I'm on it.
She looked great.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You guys all did. You guys, that's a cool video. I watched the first video. I really liked it. It was a short little, like kind of just highlighting a band highlight reel, I guess they call them, or something like that. And you guys were playing at the state fair or something like that. And it was the coolest thing ever. It was like Metallica had rolled into the state fair and was like, yeah, the bus broke down. We're just going to knock out a couple tunes here. You know, it was amazing. Guitar shredding was happening. Lyrics were being belted. I'm like, who's on drums? Is that Neil Peart? No, he passed away. It can't be, you know? I mean, what's going on here? What is happening? I'm just saying, that's a good highlight reel. And I don't know if it's still on your YouTube, but yeah, I was very, very impressed with that.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm probably saying it wrong. Morai, something like that.
Morai.
You guys were telling me that you filmed this in Utah. I'm watching it. I had this whole thing in my head. I'm like, man, I can't believe they flew to Greece and set up on the Aegean Sea in the distance, Mount Olympus is in the background. You know, it was this whole Greek thing. I'm like, no, Jamie, you're crazy. It's over here in those cool cliffs in Utah.
Yeah, it's in the North 40 of Utah for sure. It's way out there, and it was actually a school. I think they said it's 200 years old. Was that what they said?
Something like that.
It's really old. As you can see, I mean, it's just barely standing. But yeah, that there's a lot of people that do like senior pictures there, or like family pictures, and so I was kind of seeing it on a Facebook. And actually, Jason, your sister did her senior photos there. Did you do them there too?
I did.
Oh, you did.
She did hers at the place that we shot The Fall.
Oh,
crazy.
At the sugar beet factory. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's a cool place to do senior pictures at. Yeah, it's an abandoned factory. It's a Mad Max vibe. It's cool. With mutants, it's great.
Just got to find the graffiti that doesn't include the anatomy, unless that's what you want.
No, that adds.
There
to
was
it,
plenty of that.
I feel like that adds to it.
Grandma will love it.
You remember the couch? Remember the couch at the sugar beet factory?
Oh my God, Jamie! There was a couch that was sitting outside the building of that place. That was just. It had so many diseases on it, I'm sure.
Somebody spray painted the word sex on it like 50 times. It was like all over spray painted. Which we were like, what is, who does this?
People try to manifest things, I guess, in life. They probably watched a YouTube video and had a crystal. And
you got to think it into the universe, right? Think into the universe.
Yeah. People got to sit down.
Can be very
everywhere.
hopeful. That's it's these places sound like. No, let me ask you guys this, because you guys are in a metal band, so you're cool turned up to 9. Do you make it to 10 though? Are you guys into because all these places sound like hauntings, like they'd be doing ghost haunting. Here we are, we're gonna capture some ghosts. Did you guys ever get weird vibes at these places, like besides the sex couch and whatnot?
This is like our backyard, right? Like these are things we've just grown up with. Like this is normal stuff for us, for sure.
I got you. Well, Utah's got a crazy history, I mean, it's and it's got an old history too, because I can't remember the dates. Joseph Smith and all those cats, rolled out there. They were like, "Yeah, we're going to Cal." I don't know the story. It's what I assume happened. They're like, "Beautiful California, that's where we're headed." They got to Utah and they're like, Yeah, we've been walking a while. I think this is it. I think there's
Pretty
a
much.
beautiful sea there full of fresh. Oh, never mind. But we're still staying. We're not walking anymore. Come on. Moses in the desert here. Are you kidding me? No. But it is beautiful. It's beautiful. And I think it's been around. Like I'm in South Florida and Fort Lauderdale, and then there's Miami. And a lot of people don't realize Miami's only like, I don't know, 70, 80 years old, something like that. You know, it's not old at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't have any old buildings or any, I mean, you know, you have.
Yeah, I think people only started moving to Florida after like air conditioning was invented because nobody could handle
They would have had to.
the heat down there. True story.
The weird thing about South Florida is there's a lot of the population that is older than Miami that is here, and they all still want to drive.
To the detriment of all, yes.
Probably shouldn't be. You know, it's not all bad. We were going to the grocery store the other day, and there was an elder lady, and she had she had her shopping cart. She was coming from Aldi. She was trying to cross this very busy street, and she couldn't make it all the way across in time. That light's very quick, where we were waiting, and all these people are kind of going around her, and she's stuck in the middle of the walking across 4 lanes of traffic. And we're at the light, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I can handle this. I got to get out and help her get across. And as I said that, some lady stopped, put on her hazards, got out, and Danny's like, obviously that lady's a nurse or something. She was wearing the scrubs. She stopped traffic, and everybody got out of her car and helped that lady. And I'm like, I'm not building the death ray today. There is hope in the universe that decent
Hell yeah
exists.
That's awesome.
You know, yeah, and it's just so you got to look for those things. It's crazy.
Yeah,
now,
sure.
you guys, of course, we played Bad Monkeys. Let's play another one. What's the next video we should play here? Because you guys got a whole bunch. You know, you guys film one of these, I guess, every month or something. I don't know, but I'm glad you do. They're awesome. What should we play next?
Keep it quiet.
Keep it quiet.
Keep it quiet. This is what I always tell my dog. No, not at all. Not at all. She's a good girl. My podcaster producer. Here it is, folks. This is Scarlet Rain. Keep it quiet. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Suffocation, feeling the days.
amazing how that works. It's like we didn't even move. We were all transfixed. We were into that video, baby. We're into it. We're just zoned in. Um, that is a cool. You could get it. You know, folks, I just saw Carrie take a sip of her drink. You could get a Scarlet Rain sticker and put it on anything. On anything.
They do that to most things.
Yeah.
It's UV protected, so you can put it on your car and it stays beautiful.
That's more money. That is more money, folks.
That was extra money.
That has merch. That's the part where they're like, "Do you want us to UV coat this?" No, I don't. Skip that. If it fades, they can buy a new. No, that's not what happens here at Roxx Corp. Much.
It was pure selfishness on my part because I wanted to put it on my car. So I was like, I will pay the extra UV fancy charge. And it's worked. I've had this same sticker on my car for probably 3 or 4 years. Still looks amazing.
I can't say this too loud. I don't think she's close. So, you know who doesn't do that? The Disney Corporation. And I know everybody's going to send me emails today. My wife's a Disney nut. She's from Florida. I tell people she worships at the Temple of Disney. Her whole family does. You know, they're into it, baby. But she gets these. There's all those different characters that Disney has, and when you're the pass holder, they have all these different levels. It's like multi-level. No, it's not really, but it's different levels you can be, and they send you different stuff. So she gets these magnets and puts those on the card, and I don't know. She's got one. It's of this Disney character called Figment, like a figment of your imagination. He's like a dragon, and yeah, got that for her last Christmas, and it's so faded out you can't. It's just the shape, a silhouette of this dragon in a big D. It looks terrible.
Damn.
So I was on eBay going, somebody's got to have one of these. They're selling, for $10 or something. Mm-hmm. No, not at all. Not at all. The cheapest like 65. And I'm like, Disney, if you would have given up that 3 cents and put this UV coated, we wouldn't be having this issue right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's not like I get it, Disney, they're not doing well. They're not making any money. They're outside with a 10 cup and a cane. You're Disney. Are you kidding me? UV coat the magnets. That's all I'm saying.
Scarlet Rain doesn't cheap out like that.
No.
Damn it.
No. I go to
we
Disney.
Got the softest T-shirts too, in the land.
I'm telling
you,
that is
true.
I have to pay $35 for a hamburger, and you can't UV coat the magnet. Are you kidding me? I don't.
It's just pathetic. It's pathetic.
I'm telling you, Derek.
Do better, Disney. Do better.
I was so upset, and I'm so old, and I almost wrote a strongly worded email to the Disney Corporation, which would have shown them the error of their way. No, it wouldn't. They would have paid some, or not paid some kid to hit delete. And that's how that goes. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, don't send me emails because the Disney people are like that. They are as crazy as a Christian lady when you say Xmas instead of Christmas. They get that. You know what I mean? They won't make that mistake again. Got a finger pointed at me. Anyway.
What? Tell me about that picture behind you. That ass behind you.
Well, I was looking before the show, and
it's a pretty nice ass.
I said, I need something red. We got Scarlet Rain, or at least something rainy, And that's the only thing in stock right now that's red. Everything else is... I got to paint more paintings with red in them because apparently that's what sells. That's what we had. No, it's just, you woke up. Really, I wasn't even thinking of it. It was more about the snake. My wife has a albino python that's white, and I was like, yeah, I need to paint another snake painting. Those always usually sell. Hopefully that will. It's crazy.
Looks pretty
It's
bitchin'.
Yeah,
Is
little
there more
lads
on the
in your
top of
life,
it that
folks.
I can't see?
Oh my!
Is it,
I don't know. Probably not. My hat's probably in the way. There we go. But yeah, no, it's just a. Oh, I did all that in the camera. It just ends at the top there.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Looks,
Cool.
This stupid
yeah,
camera,
looks cool.
it won't stay. I don't understand. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So very, very cool. Now, you guys, we should talk a little bit about the background of the band. It's kind of interesting and diverse. You guys met. Well, you guys were in different bands and whatnot. And Jason, wasn't your father in the band or something? There was some, or is that a different band I'm thinking of?
No, definitely, yeah, yeah. Pretty interesting story. We used to be a five piece. Well, when I joined, we were a five piece. My dad was the drummer, and Derek was the guitarist. My dad has since retired. Um, Derek took over on drums, and we've been hammering it ever since. Just
That's awesome.
Mhm.
You took Jason took his uncle's spot in the band.
it's
Um,
true. It's
that's
it's
what.
kind of a family band, yeah. At this point,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it really is. Yeah,
That
so it
is
originally started out with there was 6 members of Scarlet Rain. Just Derek came in playing rhythm guitar, and then we had Jason's uncle who played bass, and his dad, like you said, that played the drums. And then there was actually another friend of ours that sang with me, and so we kind of jammed that for a couple of months, and then some kind of people dropped out here and there, and but the bass group was the 5 of us for a really long time, and then yeah, his uncle ended up retiring, and then his dad retired off of the drums, and so it's just been us for 4.5 years.
nice.
Is
Nice.
that right,
How
Jason? four
it's
That
years
been
sounds
us.
right.
It's
Yeah.
been us for like 3.5,
Three and a
and
half. Okay.
because
Okay.
I
about
got it was really fucking cool. Me and my dad got to play shows together, and like we, I mean, I would like to say we went on the road, but we didn't go very far. We got to play shows together for like a year and a half, maybe two, and that before
That's
he retired.
awesome.
So, oh yeah, it was. It seriously was.
That is cool. Now, AJ, when did you slide in, my friend?
I believe it was about 6 years ago, something like that.
About
Me and Derek have been in bands since we were just knee high to a grasshopper, and so we go way back in the
Nice.
high school days, and they kind of had an opening, and I was just supposed to be a fill-in spot for a couple of shows, and here we are 6 years later. Um,
Got him.
yeah, they got
We
me.
got him. We finally got
We
him.
got him.
The elusive AJ. We finally
Yeah.
captured him in the wild. So
I mean,
Very
I'll never
cool.
forget the drunken night, me telling you guys of the last show, like I don't want to leave, and you guys pretty much said I don't want you
Oh
to
yeah.
leave, so it worked out.
You don't
yeah,
have to.
we were just waiting for you to realize what we already knew you wanted to do.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're just like, well, we have to let him come to us. We can't
Yeah,
beg him
exactly.
anymore. So
right.
It's like hunting elk. See, skill
yeah,
sets learned in Utah.
yes.
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
AJ, remember that $100 we tried to pay you to play the
Yeah, and
to play
somehow
the
it ended up
shows?
on the ground, in the band room. I swear to
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I did not do that on purpose. I swear to God, I did not do that on purpose.
Somebody had a nice night.
Yeah, I
Hey,
didn't
look
So
what
want the
I
money.
found.
Don't get me wrong, I did not want your
Drinks
money
on me.
one way or another, but I did not do that on purpose.
it was super cool though. What we did with it, the next show we played, we tipped our waitress that $100 for waiting
Oh,
on our table, and yeah, just being a good server, and so made her night.
folks,
Oh yeah.
if you're ever in an opportunity where you can do something like that, you never know. You never know. Bless you. People, people have ups and downs in life and whatnot. And sometimes a little extra $100, that could be groceries for the week or something.
Yep.
I mean, that could
certainly
be a bill paid. The lights are staying on another couple of weeks. I mean, so if you're ever in an opportunity where you can do it, and you can help out somebody like that, and you don't need credit for it. It's just one of them things. You send stuff like that out. I know I sound all California and New Agey and everything, but I'm just saying, in my experience, when you tend to do things like that, it tends to come back. Of course, the same thing's true too. If you're a jerk, yeah, that tends to come back too on you. So there you go.
I wanted to ask, full circle. Love it.
Yep, for sure.
Absolutely. Derek, I wanted to ask you now, switching from guitar to drums. Now, I imagine you guys, growing up in bands and this and that and playing and all this and that, especially being rock guys, metal guys, and gal, you probably know how to play everything, I imagine. Was that a quite the moving from that the melody dynamic of what you're doing, the project, to rhythm? I mean, that's a whole different world.
So I was at the time Scarlet Rain was formed. I was drumming already in the band.
Okay.
I was in with AJ, or had been with AJ. I can't remember the timeline exactly, but so I drummer first, and then the spot that needed to be filled when Scarlet Rain came together was a rhythm guitar. So I had a guitar, and I facilitated the spot to practice the first couple times, and so it just worked out.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, fun fact, Derek, you've actually played bass in Scarlet Rain too.
I played bass in Scarlet Rain too, for
one
2 hours. Yeah.
And he sang on our new album.
And yep.
Look at it.
And any youngsters out there watching this or listening to this on the audio thing, couple observations I have made, knowing a lot of musicians and bands and whatnot, especially cool ones. If you're in high school and you want to make a band, do it. Beg, borrowed, steal, get a guitar. In addition to that, buy yourself a leather jacket, because your life will change once you do that. Don't ask me why, but it's very true. Now, the motorcycle.
The sooner the better.
Yeah,
it's got to have a Motorhead. It's got to have a Motorhead patch on it too. It has to have a Motorhead patch on it.
Absolutely.
I think I bought my first leather vest the same day that I discovered drop D tuning.
Wow.
Oh, coincidence?
Life changing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny. People ask me all the time. They're like, what got you into painting? And I said, well, I was kind of the art kid that all my friends knew. But I'm telling you, I became very good, not painting on canvas, but painting on leather. I painted so many leather jackets, and then it moved to bass drums. Everybody that was in a band that had a drummer, and this was in the 80s. A lot of people had those pads and 808 drum machines and stuff. I even knew a band one time that they used a drum machine, but they balanced it atop they had it like glued this stand that they set it on top of a bass drum, being artsy. But
hot glue at its finest.
Wow.
Exactly. But yeah, I painted.
Still do bass drums?
Oh yeah.
I'll
paint on anything
lately, because I'll send you one.
Yeah, if you want it, we'll talk after the show. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. It became very popular. Me and my wife were just talking about this, because I painted a lot of paintings for man caves. Painted a lot of those. Just got an order in last night. I don't want to say any details in case the recipient is listening. Don't want to ruin Christmas. But we didn't have any this year. But what we've had in the past is I have to go to pawn shops to find them usually, are hard shell guitar cases. I painted a lot of hard shell guitar cases. And it's usually some guy, maybe a little older than me, not much, that wants Springsteen, or, can you paint the original lineup of, what the hell's that band? Lindsey Buckingham just got fired. Stevie Nicks' band. Fleetwood Mac. Oh yeah, there's a big contingent where we live of Fleetwood Mac fans, um, and people like what they like. Um, the cool thing, I was just telling somebody else about this. When you get into music, guys my age, you're usually into the music that was playing in the background the first time you kissed a girl. Something of import and significance, and that's kind of the music it's gonna stick with you folks. So make sure, any youngsters out there, make sure you're listening to some cool music when you're doing this stuff, because you got to be stuck with it. I suggest listening to a lot of Scarlet Rain, because you know when you're 60 years
Me too.
old, you need get yourself a Stanley UV coated sticker and stick it on your walker or whatever, and people will know not to mess with you at the grocery. I'm just saying. Of course, a leather jacket might help too. Then you don't see any leather jackets. Let me ask you guys, because Utah's one of those weird states where it gets wicked hot in the summer but wicked cold in the winter, right? I mean, it's like one of the other.
Brutal. It's brutal.
As an old weirdo, I don't even like to use the term goth guy, because when I was a weirdo, when I was a teen, there was no such thing as goth yet. I mean, there was like me and Alice Cooper. That was about it. Marilyn Manson hadn't even come on the scene yet. But, you see him very rarely today. We don't have any goth kids or weirdos like that in Florida. I mean, all of our weirdos look like Dexter. They're serial killers for sure, but you couldn't point them out to a crowd. Is that how it is in Utah, or do you guys have green-haired kids and all of that?
Oh man, all over the place.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the places that I hang out, but yeah, they're all over here.
I gotcha. Yeah,
Derek and I have a daughter, and she is 125% goth, and has been since she was in high school. So, yeah, she's very, very goth.
I remember when I went to college in Boston, they had a big scene like that there. I went to a club, and in Detroit, none of those people had elaborate outfits or anything. I went to this club in Boston. I felt like I went through a time port. I'm like, what am I, in 1868 here? I mean, look at these. They're all black, but there's these giant outfits and people with pirate shirts on and all this kind of stuff. Never seen it before.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
I had to go buy a pirate
awesome.
shirt the next day, which means I went to Goodwill and bought some old curtains and sewed them on a white shirt. Thought I was cool. The 80s, everybody was doing it. Watch today's would have been Randy Rhoads' birthday, and I was watching earlier Ozzy's video for Crazy Train back in the 80s. And I gotta say, he looked like the sixth member of Duran Duran. He kind of had the new wave hair going then. Like, Ozzy, what's going on, buddy? What happened?
Trying to be cool, man.
It was cool back then. Just different time, right? Different time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's cool, man. That is cool. Now, you guys, I know you release singles, and I think that's a great business model, because it builds fan base and whatnot, and it keeps you at the forefront, in the front part of everybody's brain. They're, like me, they're waiting for new stuff, and they're very excited when it happens and whatnot. Whereas the business model of, we worked 6 years on an album, we put it out, and we'll see you in another 6 years, stay cool, everybody. It's hard to maintain that level of excitement, without a big record company pushing continuously and whatnot. When can we, I know you guys just dropped Bad Monkeys. I know, and I'm not trying to detract from that, but I want to see more and I want to hear more. I'm selfish,
Oh, we got something for you.
Really? Is it going to be pretty quick, or next year?
January 22nd.
Early next year. What do we say? Is it end of January?
January 22nd. Yep. We're going to release the next single. It's called Iris Black.
Iris Black.
And it's a banger. It's a hard hitting banger. So
Nice.
get ready, everybody. Yep.
Very,
Make sure you're following us on Spotify because you're going to see those pre-releases come out, and there's a pre-release save link. So,
well, you guys are on everything, but definitely Spotify. And folks, we have links to everything where you can follow right down here, and probably floating somewhere around the screen right now as I speak. But I don't know if the screen ones are as clickable as the ones in the description. I know those are. Folks, I'm old. I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm learning all this stuff. It is. I thought it was a big deal when I figured out how to make the links clickable in the description. I felt like
I remember.
It is a big moment. I remember that same one. Yep.
It's the small things. You got to be proud. You got to be proud of that.
Hyperlinks. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're doing better than me. So,
guys, I'm an old man. This is episode 1400 or something. We've done a lot of interviews, but we only started doing video a couple months ago. You know what I mean? This is a whole new thing. Audio, easy. I got audio down to it. I can do that in my sleep. Video, though. So when we decided everybody had been bugging me to do video. And when we decided to do it, I said, okay, we're going to do it. I bought all this expensive software and cameras, all this stuff, Spent the money. It's like getting a new bass there, AJ. I mean, it is. It's important. It's important. So I got all this stuff, and I tried to use it, and I didn't understand any of this stuff. I I understand audio gain, but then there's all those terms, and well, no, and there's like a little AI thing that pops up all the time saying you're doing it wrong. And
I
was almost in tears. My wife was like, "What's the matter, man? What's going on?" I'm like, I think the show is done. I don't think I can learn this at all. Now, it used to be 6 hours to edit something. Now I've got it down to an hour. I'm cooking with grease on it.
Hell yeah.
Just goes to show, folks. Put your mind to something, you can usually figure it out at some point. Or just pay. No, I'm not paying anybody to do that. That was everybody's solution. They're like, "Oh yeah, just pay." I'm like, "What? Some 16-year-old girl with a cell phone to do?" I know, and then I'm reliant on that. I got to be able to do all this stuff myself.
Yep.
Might be a lean week, man. That painting may not sell, and I gotta, can't afford to write somebody a check. Then, might be a new order of what does my wife call them? A new palette of makeup arrive at the orange store, and
a palette.
She wanted that.
It is a palette, yes.
87. What are those fancy shoes? She showed me one time. She came in. She goes, "Look at this. This is eyeliner, and it's made by Louboutin." And it was a cool bottle that this was in and everything. I'm like, "Well, yeah, it looks pretty neat. They make those fancy shoes that are super expensive, right?" She goes, "Yeah, this eyeliner is $97. Like $97 for eyeliner? No, honey. Get you an ashtray, lick your finger, and there you go. Rock, baby. That's how you do it."
Yeah, that's must be some amazing eyeliner. Holy shit!
I'm just saying, $100 for an eyeliner. It seems a little excessive to me.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Anyhow, so January 22nd. And folks, that's going to come around quicker than you realize. You realize today is the 6th of December. I mean, Christmas is 2 weeks away, and January is right after that. So, yeah, we're going to have Scarlet Rain on again. I'm going to get a fire lit under Brian and just bug him to death to say, because I always have fun hanging out with you guys, Nobody's the audio hasn't been skipping or anything, and it seems like we're doing okay this time. Amazing. Now you guys play out a lot too. Real quick before I have you, but it's the holiday season. You guys aren't playing out right till next year, I imagine, after
New Year's.
We're doing a New Year's Eve show at a club down in Salt Lake called Barbary Coast. So we'll be playing New Year's Eve there, and then that weekend, that Saturday, we'll be playing at a club in Ogden called Kamikazes. And then the weekend after that, we're going to be at the Ice House. Is that where we're scheduled at, I think?
Yeah, January 11th.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, we're coming swinging hard starting out 2025, coming in real hot. So
and it's cool to hear that Utah has a cool metal scene, you know what I mean, going on. There's these clubs, you guys are getting gigs and stuff, you know. That's fantastic.
Utah's music scene is really good. They're
it's
very
hopping.
underrated. There's a lot of talent running around Utah.
Underrated. You just got to go find it. Like, it's not going to come to you. You got to go find it, but it's there.
Yep. Jason does sound at a club, one of the ones we're going to be playing, so he sees a lot of artists.
Yep.
Nice. And people, couple thoughts, out in Utah, keep supporting that scene, because if you don't, that scene goes away, and it turns into a hookah lounge or something. You know, you go in there, you're like, right. God, it's trip hop. We get it. Oh my God, please stop. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's the same beat for 14 minutes. Are you kidding me? Not even cool hip or trip hop. But yeah, support your local scenes and your local acts and whatnot. That, you know, it's super important. And my other thought is, you know, if you're living in Denver, I know you're too cool for school. We all get it. You live in Denver, you know, whatever. Pile a bunch of people in the car and run out, you know, go over the Continental Divide. It'll be an adventure and all of that, through the Badlands, and come see some metal shows or whatnot. Same with you, Vegas. Get the hell out of Vegas for a weekend and go check it out and whatnot. Well worth your time.
Do it.
We'll give you a sticker.
There you go. A UV protected sticker.
A free sticker. If you show up to a show and you're from Denver or Vegas, I'll give you free.
Maybe we'll throw in a little something extra too.
Yeah.
If someone comes from Denver or Vegas, I think we just have to like follow them back and play a show there.
Follow them back to their favorite club in Denver or Vegas.
You can't go to Vegas and drink Jägermeister. It's a bad plan. Nothing. It will end in tears. I'm telling you.
And it'll end in tears and divorces.
That's right. You don't want a little Jason growing up in Vegas. That's all I'm saying, you know. The kid will be robbing banks or something. Great. Fun.
Get married, divorced every weekend.
Yeah, right.
You guys don't even know.
I can't even stick with a girlfriend.
And the guy who performed the ceremony was an actual Elvis. We had an Elvis impersonator and one of the Blue Men that was all in blue as a witness.
That's true. Just how I pictured a Vegas wedding.
That sounds awesome.
Mine was nothing like that. Mine was nothing like that.
I was at this bar.
AJ got married in Vegas too, huh?
Yes, I did.
There you go.
It was like super like formal and like, you know, like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine was not.
There was no one there, right? There was nobody.
I met a gal. She was cool, you know, cool punk rock gal, had long legs, you know, wearing them fishnets, you know. She was cool. I was digging it. But then she left. I thought I messed up everything. So she left. I was very drunk. And she showed back up with a dog. And she walked in. I'll never forget. She walked in the door, and she had this little dog, this little punk rock dog, had crazy hair, and she could put a little tie on him. And she said, Jamie Roxx, I've got your son here. What do you plan to do about that? And I said, well, I guess I got to do the right thing, right? And next thing you know, we're getting married. And I thought it was all kind of a joke. You know, it was a thing. No, it turns out it was real. $600 later, you know, that's a whole
Never
story.
Happened. So. Now it's just a story.
Telling you. Anyway, folks, I always have fun hanging out with you guys. I wanna move to Utah.
Come on out. We'll give you a free sticker.
I'm telling you, I get a sticker. I can hunt some elk, go to some cool metal shows and whatnot.
Yep.
You can really experience all 4 seasons.
There you
In
go.
one day.
In one day.
It doesn't happen in Florida. It doesn't happen in Florida. It's great. I can look out my window now and see palm trees, the silhouettes just glowing in the. It's crazy. It's crazy, and there's alligators here and serial killers.
We got serial killers, but we're a little short on the alligators. So.
And
I don't know
So
how
many palm trees here. No.
No.
I don't know how they catch
St.
serial
George,
killers
baby.
here. It happens all the time. They're like, somebody killed some. I'm like, the Everglades is a 15-minute drive full of alligators. Why are you burying the alleged crime? I have to watch. I have to remember that
alleged. Got to throw that in there.
That's right. Yeah, I watched Dexter. Why did he dump everybody in the bay? Drive 50. Take the boat if you want a boating day. Go over to the Everglades. Dump them there. Don't have a problem.
Zero evidence.
I used to live in San Diego, and it was the same thing. They would always go out to the kind of. In San Diego, it's funny. People are like, it's not deserty in San Diego. I'm like, if you leave the city limits and drive about 10 minutes, it gets very, I guess they call it chaparral, very scrub brushy, It's the reason cowboys wore chaps. Anyway, they'd always bury the whatever out there, and I'm like, you're on the ocean. Rent a boat, man. 5 miles out in a cinder block, you won't be having these problems. I guess people don't think, What do I know? What do I know? I'm just a painter with a podcast. Anyhow. Guys, you guys are always so much fun. And folks, like I said, we have links to all of everything Scarlet Rain, and like and share. The reality is, if you're into something cool, you find some, you're like, oh, I found this band, they're outstanding, I just really like them. Chances are all your weirdo friends are going to like the same stuff you do, so let them know about them, I mean, that's why you're friends.
Be a friend. Be a pal. Share.
And the other thing about streaming stuff, I don't think I said it. I think I went on a tangent. Big surprise. That's what we should call this show, the Tangent Show. Telling you, it's I'm such a professional. I'm going on one right now. No, with streaming sites, you're at work. Kathy down the hall, it's her birthday. Everybody got her a little card, and it's just the same old. You're all going to stand around and have some cake in the break room. Be cool. Buy her a single. All you need is her email address, and because it says recipient on these when you purchase a track. Pop in her email, and you know what? She'll keep that single forever because it's different. That's some James Bond stuff. Nobody does stuff like that, and way better than get. And if it's not Kathy, it's some guy. I hate to tell any of you ladies out there, and this is very true. You guys spend 87 minutes at the store reading every greeting card there is. You give it to a guy, he's going to keep it as long as you're within eyesight. Then it's right in the trash, man. You might put it in a drawer for a week or so, but women, they'll make a box and have a whole thing, and I kept this for 27 years. Guys are not, they're not. Buy them a cool metal song, and they'll think you're pretty all right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I support this. I
approve of this message.
You can buy like 4 songs for the cost of 1 card.
Absolutely. I've got a merch store. I sell greeting cards, folks. And I'm telling you, the cheapest one in there is $4 or something. They're fancy, they're artsy, but there's a hell of a markup on it. That's the big secret. It don't cost much to make a greeting card. It just doesn't. But Yeah, buy him a single. Buy him a single. Greeting cards are a scam,
Oh, yeah.
in my opinion.
I agree. Could not agree more.
Yeah, you know, it's like if you want to get a gal flowers, buy her a plant. At least the plant has a chance to stay alive. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you
Yep.
want to buy
Amen.
somebody some rotting corpses, that's your business. I'm not here to judge much. Yeah, buy her a plant. Anyway, don't even do that. Get her a single. Folks, that's going to wrap it up for us. But definitely support your local scene. Keep supporting Scarlet Rain. They rock. I almost messed up there.
Please.
We'll fix that in editing. No one will ever know. But yeah, very, very cool. And see you next time. Thank you guys
Yes.
for being on.
Thanks,
Thanks
Jamie.
for having us,
Thanks,
Jamie.
Jamie.
It was
It's
a
always a
pleasure.
Yeah.
pleasure. We had an awesome time. Thank you so much.
Whoa.
Whoa,
What?
look at that.
Whoa.
Jamie.
He's at a
That's a,
club. That's
Oh.
a cool effect.
This has been pop art painter Jamie Roxx's Pop Roxx Radio Talk Show. It has been executive produced by Jamie Roxx, recorded at his studio in Deerfield Beach in South Florida. All rights reserved by Pop Roxx Limited. Hannah Oli, Pop Roxx Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Roxx Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hicks från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Rocks Radio med Jamie Roxx.